Here's my duffel bag that I keep my SDC 2300 in. Here's my coil tech. I bought this coil, oh my gosh, I bought this coil probably 9 months ago. Just have not had the time to install it onto here, so hopefully this instructions that they sent me are going to be helpful. It says I need a 3mm Allen key and a screwdriver, so we will get to the bottom of this. This is all the gear that it looks like I'm going to need. They've got the 3mm here. This is a SDC 2300. It's considered a PI machine. That's pulse induction. Gold monsters and things like that, and gold bug and gold bug 2s. Those are VLF machines. A lot more sensitive in a way. We can get into the differences between a VLF and a PI here in a little bit. Instructions say you're going to need to take off this cover. The wire goes down into this shaft. Next thing we need to do, remove the wire that leads down to the coil. This here needs to be turned. This right now is in the locked position. You have to turn this over to that position. So from there to there. This should be good. Okay, so now these two screws here, you want to remove these two. I'm going to save them over here. Oop, get that pried up. Set that over to the side. So now after the two screws are out, now you pull it out. That's going to expose the wire that runs through here. So we've got this wire, and we need to start feeding it. Keep some pressure over here and just kind of feed it through. So getting that fitting around this corner is quite the challenge. So due to this angle in the wire, when it mounts in here, it doesn't like to go down through here very easy. I had to pull on this wire pretty good to get it to break loose in here, but there was something in there that was holding it up, maybe a little shoulder or something, but the stock coil has been removed. I'll save all this equipment over here. Now it's time to get to installing the new parts. They send you a little screwdriver, an additional little shaft for the end, and a new cover plate. They send you a new cover plate, probably with that notch. Yeah, the other cover plate does not have that notch in it, as you can see, so I'm sure that's where the wire goes through. And the new coil. So This is supposed to be a hot rod coil. This is a 10x5 Gold Extreme coil. I'm hoping I can get some better luck with this puppy. We'll see how it goes. These are the old screws. They do not... Make sure you use the screws that came in the bag. It's real easy to think that you ought to just grab these two, the old screws. Well, they're larger size than these, so don't make that mistake. A VLF, like a Gold Monster, is very, very, very sensitive to just the smallest of smallest gold. These are very sensitive also. VLF stands for very low frequency, and they will pick up every little piece of metal, every little piece of tin foil, so on and so forth. A PI machine, they cost a heck of a lot more. PI stands for pulse induction. So a very low frequency sends frequency into the ground continually the entire time it's on. A pulse induction machine operates differently to where it sends frequency into the ground, then stops. So it's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Sending, stopping, sending, stopping, sending, stopping. And what happens is a small, tiny little piece of metal or steel, all metal does it. It will send the frequency into the ground, and it will magnetize the metal or the piece of lead or the gold. Well, gold and lead, that magnetism field around that little piece will decompose. So in a tiny little piece of steel or tin, aluminum foil, the magnetism field, which gets created by the machine, it pulses it in there, or the VLF2 will create this magnetism field around the piece. And tin, aluminum, metal, that magnetism field will decompose quicker than it will for a piece of gold or lead. So as this is pulsing on and off, it senses the decomposing magnetism field and says, oh, hold on a minute. This is a piece of tin. This is a piece of aluminum. And so therefore, when you get one of these, a pulse induction machine, it weeds out a lot of trash out there in the gold field. So we're going to install these little rubber boots. Come on, get in there, boy. They fit very tight. Now, making this modification, this machine is waterproof up to 10 feet, I think it was. So now with me doing this is ruining that functionality. So it won't be waterproof anymore. The instructions that came with this are pretty good. Can't complain. Boy, that fits pretty tight. Put the wing nut on. New coils attached. You're going to want to wrap this around the unit like this. Somehow or another, I bet it goes there. So it has a little tiny notch on it to give it the correct placement. Screw this in. Okay, I think that looks good. Time to reinstall the new cover plate that they supply you with. Has that notch for the wire. Use the same screws that you took out. I think I already have another video in the hopper with the old coil, but I should be going out sometime this week, I hope, to go start using this new coil. And that's going to be a learning process because you got to learn new equipment. In the bag here came with this piece. It's got this little cap and a long chain that goes with it. What this is for is to, well, you want to put this on the end of your old coil. Okay, for one, it keeps it protected, right, while it's in storage. But then later reinstall this coil. It's considered a fishing line, to where you can put the end of it in here, bring it back up and out through here. So you can use this to help reinstall the cable, this coil, if you ever wanted to in the future. So that is how you change out a stock coil to a 10x5 Coil Tech Gold Extreme. We're going to go ahead and turn this detector on and see if she works. Okay, so she works. Can't wait to go give it a shot. Maybe I'll take it outside here in a little bit. Go ahead and start just practicing around with it. I still need to figure out what I'm going to do with the wire. Sometimes I will tape it down with electrical tape. On this certain situation here, I think I'm going to buy some Velcro straps, and I can just Velcro this down, and maybe that'll still leave me functionality to be able to lower this or extend it out if I'd like. So thanks for coming along, guys, on this. It didn't take me a long time. I bet you that was about a 10-15 minute job, so it wasn't very hard at all. But if you guys are contemplating doing it, the coil was pretty expensive, but if you were thinking about doing it, it wasn't really all that hard. They made it pretty easy. Coil Tech made it pretty easy to do this on the SDC 2300. But anyway, guys, take care out there. Have yourselves a great day. Goldpan Suntan is out.